हेलो 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 आवाज वॉइस hey guys, welcome to the tournament, and let's see the games one by one. This is the top seed. They are kind of starting with e4. Bishop comes out. Pawn breaks at f5. Pawn takes. Knight develops. Let's see how this pins the knight to the queen. Comes back after pushing the pawn. Black has a good center, but let's see how white could defend it. White has won a pawn, and again bishop takes, pushes the h pawn to avoid any kind of pin or attack on the queen. Black castles, takes the pony. Black takes back with the bishop. Knight takes. Sorry guys, I could not comment it in between, though I don't do as well, but I was doing some stuff. Takes the pawn, sacrifices the bishop on h5. How's white gonna respond? Queen comes at the defense. I think black should slide over his queen. No, takes back the bishop. They almost have similar time. Now the play with white pieces is kind of thinking what to do. Takes back the knight to attack the bishop. If black bishop goes back, the black's attack is kind of looking good, but white is also defending very well. So let's see how the game proceeds. White pawn, white is a pawn up, but black's rook, queen, bishop all looking at white's king. The activity is kind of good. So let's see how it turns out. Black slides over the queen to attack the rook, also attacking the pawn. Black slides back the bishop, sorry, the rook with the protection of the queen. Black slides over queen once again in front of the king to attack. Black, queen, rook, bishop, and the other rook is looking kinda nice, aiming at white's king. Let's see how white tries to defend it. White is up a pawn though, but low on time as well. And black's activity and all of that looks good. Trades on. Did white hang a piece? That's a big question. For the time being, black is up the exchange. A rook for two pawns. Black's rook is also attacking the white's queen. Queen and rook are doubled up. Bishop looking nice. Let's see how well could black attack and white could defend. White is also low on time and has doubled pawn as well. Does white have good internet connection? Seems like My bad, I was on the wrong move. White is up a piece. Checks, king slides over. But white is also low, 30 seconds on the time. Attacks the bishop. White has pawn majority over here. So might as well start pushing those. Attacks the bishop. Bishop has to go back. White's position now looking very good. White's pieces are getting in the black's territory. Centralizes the knight. Attacks on the pawn. Again attack on the pawn, but all the pawns are on the dark square, so white's bishop can't touch it. White's rook on 7th heaven, looking to eat some pawns. Lost another pawn. Can white checkmate in 20 seconds? That's the bigger question. Let's see if white could convert this game. White is starting to push the p forward. White might already make a queen very very soon. Also the square is dark squared, makes the queen. Now it should be easy peasy for white pieces, but can he do it in 9 seconds? That's the bigger question. Black's king sliding all over the board. 8 seconds. Knight jumps back. King, what is black's king doing in white's territory? Let's see how it goes. Is white trying to make another queen? That's the bigger question. White is trying to set up some mates here. Let's see. Takes with the check. Knight slides over. Takes the knight. Can white do it in 4 seconds? Yes, white did it and won the game. Let's see Jerry. Let's see Jerry's. He is really. How can I see? Yes, Jerry. We are back again. Rook on the open file, attacking this pawn which is already defended, but rook on the open file is always good. White is up a pawn. And I have lost my internet connection once again. I don't even know what happened. Takes the knight with the check. Queen takes, pushes the pawn. Queen goes back. White pushes the pawn again, kicking out the knight. Look at black's pieces. Look at the development. Takes the pawn. Sacrifices the bishop on the file with a check. And black has resigned. White is victorious. What a game and what a sacrifice it was. Let's see some other games. Let's see some games at the bottom. No one is playing this. Let's see which opening these guys are playing. E4, E5, knight develops. The Rui Lopez takes the knight. Bishops come. Queen comes out to defend the pawn. White pushes the pawn. Bishop comes out. Now white can castle as well or develop the knight or even develop the bishop. White is castling, pushing with the h pawn to avoid any kind of pin. Black's queen pawn, which is only defended by the king till now, but the queen slides over to defend the pawn. Let's see, both are equal on time. Number 3 and number 4 players. What the hell is wrong with my net? I don't know what happened. Develops the knight, trades the bishop. Bishop goes back. White is now thinking how to break into black's position. Black now castles. White is down almost 30 seconds on the clock, but let's see. White's pieces are looking kinda nice. Rook on the semi-open file. Though bishop is not dotted, white takes the queen back. Let's see what's up with that. Now, but the black's knight couldn't jump in its pawn. Black pushes the pawn, makes the chain of two pawns in the center. Though black has double pawns in the center, but it is very difficult to target those. Black pushes the pawn, kicks out the knight, black's knight. Let's see if black will trade, takes the pawn, undoubles it, and pushes the pawn. Now the rook is centralized. Knight comes back, attacking the pawn. Black takes on the pawn. It takes again. Now the bishop is still at the position which the game has started. Black's queen infiltrating white's position. Let's see if black could attack or and if white could defend the position. Queen looking really nice. Black's rook takes the pawn and attacks the knight, which is already defended, but the queen slides over to attack the rook. Now white's queen slides over and defends the rook. King goes to h8, avoiding any kind of pin or discovered attack when the rook moves. Black has a alone pawn in the center, pushes the pawn, which is defended by the queen. White's development is kind of questionable, but let's see. Black bishop. No, it is not a sacrifice. The queen was protecting the pawn. Now black is up 3 points of material. A full rook exchange up. Black gives the check to white's king. White king is out in the open. Let's see if gives a check with the knight. It is soon going to be a checkmate, and let's see if black could find the checkmate. Opens the rook on the open file with opportunity for discovered checks. White is thinking. White is low on time, almost 1 minute. Takes the pawn. What does it do? It saves the discard attack. King, where will the king go? King has to go back, or the queen has to come here in the line of rook. King goes back. Let's see if white could find the checkmate. Sorry, black could find a checkmate, or white could defend. Black is trying pretty hard to find the checkmate. Let's see, it might be now easy. White is down to 20 seconds. Gives a check. White king is what the white king is doing from here to here to here to here to here till this point. Takes the queen and white resigned. Black has won this game pretty easily. Black's attack was kind of vicious. Let's see this. How did they start? What was that? King's Gambit. Look at white's pawn, where it has reached with support of the queen and the knight. Rook's rook opens up. Queen slides over for the queen trade. White denies the queen trade. Let's see. Rook on the semi-open file. White is attacking pretty well. Black is defending nicely till now. Both are equal material and almost equal the time. But now white is down almost 30 seconds. White's knight jump in to attack the c7 pawn and the a7 pawn, which are not defended and I guess will not be able to be defended. Black counterattacks the with the knight, attacks the queen. Queen slides over, takes the pawn, attacking the rook. Let's see if black could find some counterplay in order to beat white. It's a knight fork. Takes the rook. Rook takes back. It is Still a fork as well with the knight on all both the rooks. Black is up 3 points of material, but now white jumps in with the knight. Still double attack on both the pieces, both the rooks. One rook slides over to attack the knight. White takes the pawn. This is a very good strategy, not taking the rook because we could jump in with the knight and grab some pawns as well. Now attacks the rook this way as well. Rooks come over to attack this knight. White takes. The knight is still hanging. Attack on the queen. If black is not careful, they might lose their queen as well. Both are now on equal time. Number one and number five player. Let's see how it goes. Attacks on the black has resigned the game. Sorry for not able to comment in between. I was helping someone. Let's see some other games if any playing. A game between player standing at number five position and number nine position. Black's knight jumping in. White is sorry, black is down to 1 minute, below 1 minute, and white is almost 2.5 times more time than him. Let's see if white could find a really good checkmate, or will black will white will be trying to flag the kid. Black is sacrificing the rook in order to get some counterplay going. White did not take, takes. Black is up 3 points of material, but let the time is really low. My internet is pretty bad. 8 seconds. White will easily win this game by flagging. Number one till now is Pravi. He has won all the game. Let's see Srikar's game. Srikar is down 3 points of material. He's exchanged down. White's position is looking really well, but Black's queen has also infiltrated the White's position. Gives a check, takes another pawn with the check. Now, what will be the Black strategy? Attacks the pawn with double attacks the pawn, which was only defended by the queen. White pushes the pawn to save the pawn, but queen takes it. Still, double attack is there. Black's position is looking kind of nice. Black is up a pony and almost more than double the time. Watch. Someone in the chat is saying watch match number one versus number two. Let's see. Let me finish this game. It will be finished in almost 13 seconds. Then we'll watch the other game. If black could checkmate white king, that would be really. But I guess it will be a flag. My internet connection is pretty bad today. Looks like. See Jerry's game. Jerry is up a knight and almost 30 seconds on the clock. Black bishops come on b7 to kind of sneak attack the queen standing on e4. Black's queen on g4 square trying to attack the white black's king. Black pushes the pawn. Can white swing over the rook to c4? No. Wait. Sorry, c1. Pushes the pawn. Bishop takes it. Now bishop is attacking this pawn as well, which is undefended. Can black have a chance, or can black do it? Takes the pawn, takes the bishop. Queen takes back. Now attacking the rook. I think white is going to take the rook with a check. White is still down almost 20 seconds. Now takes the rook with a check. Praveen's streak might be broken by Jerry. Let's see if Jerry could convert this game. He slides over. Jerry has only 16 seconds to convert this game, else black will flag Jerry and win this lost position. Rook slides over to double attack both the knight and the queen. Now Jerry is going to no takes the pawn, trades the queen, gives a check. Black king is sliding over. Only 6 seconds for Jerry to finish off this game in a checkmate. Let's see if Jerry could do this. Jerry is maneuvering his rooks to grab some pawns. This is a check. Now it all depends on how well you could pre-move the position. Jay is still taking some pawns, which I don't think is really good. He should really go for a checkmate. 3 seconds for Jerry to find the mate. It wasn't that simple. Jerry has lost his rook, and now can Jerry do it in 3 seconds? It's all on the pre-moves and the ladder checkmate. Can Jerry do it? Only 2 seconds. White black is being problematic, but it's a checkmate. Jerry has won. Only 3 seconds remaining. What a game it was. Are these- Yes. Number 11 and number 12. White is up a queen in return of two pieces. Rook and the queen on 7th heaven. It should be an easy checkmate somewhere when both these heavy pieces come on the 7th rank. Oh, white hang the rook. The knight was staring at the square and black takes it. Now white is only up a single point. Rook slides over to attack the queen. Now the queen has to go back somewhere, and Black's position is not looking that bad right now. Queen slides over. Can Black clutch it in 20 seconds? That's the big question. Otherwise, Trisha Pillai will at least flag the Black player. Takes the pawn with check. Black kings will find the safety very, very soon. Now White should start pushing the pawns in order to create a pass pawn. These two passers, outside passers, can be connected really well, and you know they could find some position to find the queen, but I think it flag it is. 1 second left for black player only. White gives the queen, but it doesn't matter. But White won the game. Let's look at this game. White started with the Italian. This is the main setup and main line in Italian. Let's see how the game proceeds now. White, black is up 7 points of material, a knight and 4 pawns. That's a very nice material to get. There was the attack on the queen, but queen goes away from any kind of attack. Let's see how well black is attacking the rook twice with the queen and with the knight, and attack on the queen as well. So it's a double attack. White should lose another piece very, very soon. This is a game between White has already resigned. Let's see some other game. Jerry, number 3 and number 5 players are in the game. Jerry is up a pawn and but down some time, almost 30 seconds. Jumping in with the knight. Knight gets kicked out. Trades the bishop. Now black has the bishop pair advantage, but let's see how well could black use them. Offers the queen trade. White trades the queen. Now connected pawns in the center, which could be passers as well. But white has pawn majority on the queen side. Let's see. Both the rooks on semi-open files. Black pushes the pawn to kick away the knight. That's a very good move indeed. Both the players have equal materials. One of them has knights, one of them has bishops. Trades the knight in attacks the. Now white is trying to do some damage control, but Jerry is quite a strong player. He should not allow any kind of counterplay in order to win this game easily. White's king is in the center, chilling. Black doubles up the rook on the d file, attacking the knight, which is only defended by the queen. White takes the pawn on e4. Black rook slides over to d4, attacks the knight, which is defended by the rook. But let's see how the game proceeds. Can Jerry find a checkmate, or will Beast Masterclass will win with white pieces up on clock? Pushes the pawn. Black is also trying to push the pawns. Attacks the knight. Knight goes back. Attack on the rook. Takes the pawn on g3. White gives the check. Black's king slides over. Now this pawn is destined to die, but White decided to give a check first. Let's see how well White could convert this position. Though it's losing, but White is up on time. Black's rooks look kinda active on. Now loses the rook. Now they are both equal in material, both centralizing the kings. Gives a check. King slides over. Knight jumping back. Both has these passer looking pawns. Black has three pawns and using them to promote. Slides over, but Jerry has only 8 seconds. Last game, Jerry also lost on time, and it was a really tough loss. Was busy taking some pawns instead of finding a checkmate. White is now counter attacking. Look at Black's king on e file, e1. That's really nice. It should be a draw now, looks like. But can White push the pawn? Black push the pawn, and White king could defend it. Jerry has only 1 second to do this, and Jerry lost on time. That was really sad. No, it was a draw, which is pretty good. Let's see if this. This was a quick match. Black is up 3 points of material, but White's bishop and queen looks really nice. Attacks the queen. Now queen takes the pawn on b5, and it's a checkmate. White hang a checkmate in one. 3 seconds left for the black pieces. It will be a flag. White is victorious on time. E4, E5. The Italian opening by Shrikar. Player number 6 and player number 8. White plays the main line, kind of main line on the Italian, where White pushes the C pawn and then tries to play for the center. Push the E pawn to kick away the knight. Let's see how well Black could defend against the Italian. Black jumps in with the knight. White takes the center pawn. Now White has a really nice center defended by the pony, and the D pawn is defended by the pony as well as the queen. Now they will be trying to develop the bishop, but no, the knight jumps in the position. But I don't think so. It could do anything. It needs the support of the light squared bishop in order to deliver some fried liver thing. White pushes the pawn to kick away the knight. Now white knight is kind of stuck. Sorry, black knight is kind of stuck. It is trapped on g4. Defends the knight with the pawn, and black is almost down 35 seconds on the clock, and white is up the material and up the time as well. No pawns in the center. White gives the check with the bishop. Now this bishop should block. Takes the bishop. Black takes with the queen. Now white should try to develop. Takes the pawn. Should go in the end game if white wishes so. Black can trade the queens and play at end game down material, which is black is still trying to trade while down material. That's not a real choice. Black is now up a knight. White knight jumps in, but it was already defended. So black is now down two ponies. Black attack. White attacks the black's pawn, which is now undefended and will not be defended until no, it won't be defended. Yep. Gives the check. White should find a easy win now. Takes the pawn. Rooks comes over to attack, discover to give the discovered attack on white's pawn, but it is already defended. White is now trying to put his faith in the passed pawns, pushing the pawns. Knight jumping in the position. Black kicking the knight away, but it helps white's position, attacks the pawn, and now this will be attacked as well once white recaptures on c4. Yep. So these pawns are on the dark square, but the bishop doesn't look that good, and white's activity is kinda really nice. These ponies looking really nice, bishop looking really nice, and rook on the open file. This should be an easy checkmate really soon. White has all the time advantage, all the material advantage. Black is down to 20 seconds right now. White is now up 9 points of material. It was check. Rook should go to c8. Yep, check again. Should give the check here. No, takes the pawn, which is also a nice option. He's already going to flag. Yep, Jerry is a really good player. We have seen many of his games. Let's see now what are the standings. Is Sriram DR on a 16-point streak, which is really awesome. Sorry for my internet connection. Let's see. These are number one and number six players. Did White sacrifice? No. And White already won. That was really nice. Shikhar on 8 points of streak. Shashank on 6 points of streak. Let's see. Jay playing a game. Plays the king queen's gambit with early queen attack. I love to play as black in with against the queen's gambit. I really love, and I have my special setup against it. It's not really a special setup, but I really like that setup against the queen's gambit. And I play the closed position. Queen's gambit declined. Black is trying to play and break the center almost same time. Player number two in the tournament and player number six. Bishop goes to the center. Knight jumps towards. Now black has a really nice close center, and after developing the light squared bishop, it, they must be really happy with their position. Black triple attacks on the pawn, which is also defended three times, two by the pawn and one by the pony. Now white should be, yep, takes the pawn. It was a free pawn, and now white should be looking to castle, connect the rooks, and look for an easy middle game or end game position. It will be an end game as the queens are already traded off. Black's knight jumps on the rim, which is always dim. White's bishop double attacking the rook as well as the pawn. They might lose any material, but white counterattacks the white with rook to a8. Now bishop comes back and gives the check. King slides over. Though these bishops looking really nice, takes the pawn and can take another pawn with check. Now black takes the pawn. Now I think a check would be really nice idea. Black jumps in with the knight, attacking the rook, which is which could be easily saved. White goes on a3 to counter attack the knight. Now, if the rook could slide over here, then it might do something because both these pieces are in the same line. Now, black rook bishop slides over, gives a check. Kings out in the open. Let's see. White tries to activate his king, attacking the knight. Takes. Black rooks give the check but loses the knight. Now Jerry is up 5 points of material and Jitendra Sahu is down on time as well. Let's see now the pawn is also pushing, might become the queen. Offers the trade of the bishop. Let's see. Now Jerry pins the bishop to the rook. If you take here, I take here and I take here as well. Rook bishop comes over to attack the rook. Now the rooks are being traded. White is up on time as well as material, a knight and two pawns, which is really great. White is pushing the pawn. Now they might be thinking to get the rook behind the pawn. Yep, as I said it. Sometimes I can also find good moves. Though I'm really low rated, but still. White bishop goes to attack the rook. Rook slides over to attack the bishop. Now white could make the queen get the rook, black rook, and then trying to promote the a pawn as well. That would be easy comparatively. But let's see what Jerry tries to play. He jumps in with the knight, sacrifices the bishop, and makes the queen now up 4 points of material. But now black takes. Let's see how well could Jerry convert this. Jerry has been in a time scramble recently or in previous matches that we are looking at. So let's see if Jerry could find the checkmate in 26 seconds. Both the player have almost same number of time and same material as well. Now black is up 1 point of material. White is trying to push the pawns. Black is defending really well. White sacrifices the rook. Now black should easily win promoting both the pawns, but if it can do it in 14 seconds, that would be a good cushion. Black's king is stuck here. White has already made the queen. Now it is a easy ladder checkmate, which I could do in my sleep, though I do stalemates, but not this time. Black won. Jerry is on kind of a tilt right now. Yep, threw it. Now number two and number six player. Let's see this game. Black is up 3 points of material, a full knight, and offering the queen trades again and again. Rook on the open file for black. Let's see how well could black play it. Attacks the queen with the knight. White takes the pawn on b7. Rook on the semi-open file. Black's position looking really nice. Black attacks the white queen. Now it has to go back, and I guess it is trapped as well. Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. Yep, the queen is trapped. The good thing will be to be exchanged down rather than a queen down. Yep, that's what I was talking about. Now black is of 8 points of material. A queen and a knight in exchange of a bishop and a pawn. Black black solves its back rank issues as well. Let's see. White is trying to activate his king, but it is already more than lost. But let's see if black has the technique to convert this game. White Black's knight is kinda inactive on e8 square, but let's see. White has resigned because there should be a checkmate here somewhere. She Shriram is on 18 points and number one. Shikar is number 12 with number two with 12 points of 12 points. Number three is Jitendra with 12 points. Praveen Reddy, who was on the top, is now at 12 points. Jerry is also 12 points. So there will be, and Beast Masterclass is also on 11 points. So there will be a tough fight for number two, number three places. Now Sriram has up 7 point of material with the play at number five standing. It should be easy dub for Sriram right now. Black is trying to push the pawns, but it's already more than lost. Rook on the seventh rank. It should be a checkmate really, really soon. Somewhere takes the pawn with the rook. What is Black's rook's trying to do? That's a bigger question. Gives a check. King comes over, attacks the pawn. White is pushing his pawns up the board and should make a queen really soon. Now it's a easy queen for white, but let's see. White queens with check. Black king slides over. Another check should give yes rook check. king is out in the middle to be hunted, and it's a checkmate. Jitendra is now really playing well. Won two, 3 games in a row. Let's see. Number two and number four player. E4, E5. The king's gambit. Accepted. Please गाली मत देना if I say the opening name wrong. मेरे को जितना आता है उतना मैं बोल देता हूँ. Look at White's center, White's bishop, White's pieces. Really nice. The space advantage that White has. Takes. Now White has a single pawn in the center. Sorry, Black has a single pawn in the center. Takes, doubles the pawn, but open a file pushes the pawn in front of the pawn. Black is really defending well and is up a pawn as well, and both have almost similar time. Rooks comes in the game. Black castles now. Black's position, White is attacking, but Black's position is looking kind of solid. Though double pawns, backward pawns, all of that is there, but still it's fine. Now offers the bishop trade in order to undouble the pawns. Now these are undoubled and in the center together. White doubles the rook on the f file. Black's rook comes in for the defense. How well Black is defending, it's really nice. Takes. What? White sacrifices the rook, but it was pinned and the queen is only piece saving it, so it was a nice move. Offers the rook trade. Let's see how well Black could defend and how well White could attack it. Only 6 minutes left in the tournament. King sides over. Black takes with the check and loses its rook. Gives a check. It should be perpetual, I guess. Check. No, white can go. Yeah. It's a tough fight, and both the players have same amount of time as well. But white has an extra pawn on the queen side. Gives check. It should be a draw if white wants it. No. Trades the queen. Gives the check with the pawn. Pawns are running. Let's see which one is the faster one. White's king is stuck in the center. Now I guess black should make the queen. Yep. Should go back and defend this pawn. Sorry, attack this pawn in order to. Nope, it was a checkmate. Sometimes I don't find good moves and I miss mating once. That's fine. The tournament is not over. Jitendra is number one with 20 points. Sriram with 20 points as well. Jerry with 16 points. Beast Masterclass. I guess no games are going on. Okay, this one is. Jerry and Shikar are playing for 3 and 4 places. Let's see who could take away the third tournament prize. Jerry is up a pawn, and position is looking nice for both the players. White knight in black's position, looking to trade, attacking the queen. Black should really take it, attacking the bishop as well. Only 3 minutes left to end the tournament. Rooks, the queen slides over. Black is like, you can take my bishop. I could take back with the pawn. Let's see how well could black defend and white could attack. Queen e2, lining up the battery. The queen slides over to the c5 square, looking at the pawn at f2. Pushes the pawn, rooks on the open file. The pawn is pinned to the queen to the rook. Now white is pushing the pawn in order to attack black's queen. Black's queen slides over to f8 square. Can they be no white knight? This is a good tactic. If you take, I take your queen. Let's see how well could white defend against these kind of tactic by Streaker, and takes the pawn. The queen slides over to attack the knight. The knight can not come back. It's trapped, but I guess it has done its job. No, black queen takes the pawn to defend the knight. Whoa. Still, the knight is stuck. Let's see. But if the knight moves, queen can trade. Queens can be traded, but it's a really nice position. Jerry, who was losing as we have seen in the previous games, now looking good. Rook slides over to attack the knight. Though Jerry is still down 30 seconds almost, and Shika is up a pawn and 30 seconds. Let's see. Gives the check, attacks, the rook, queen takes. Now Jerry is up 2 points of material. Queen slides over. Position is looking really nice for Jerry now, but can Jerry do it with less time? As we have seen, he lost 2 games, which we saw in time scramble. Or can he clutch this time? No, it was a checkmate by white, and look at this bishop delivering the checkmate. Now, Jerry has won this game. The tournament is almost over. Let's see who the winner. And guys, I would like to tell you that we will be hosting all these tournaments on every Sunday. The monthly subscription is only 279, and you could win rupees 500 each week. The first prize is 500. Sriram has won the tournament, and Jitender has come second. Jerry is third. Shika is fourth. What a nice tournament it was. This is all the results we have. Jerry, sorry, Sriram, 11 games played, win rate 73%. Jitender, number 2, games played 10, win rate 80%. 4. And Jerry on number 3 with 11 games played and 73% win rate. Let me download all the games so I could share you guys your PGNs. And thank you so much for joining in. Do subscribe.